Hey folks, welcome back to this Postmortem wrap-up of our multiplayer Let's Play of Stellaris. And I'm Peri.
And I'm Keb. And yeah, this game has pretty much lived out its life, really. I mean, yeah, that's why we're pretty much pulling the plug on it, I think.
Well, I mean, you will have noticed we've done that already with the lack of updates lately, but...
Yeah.
Well, Keb, since you were the one most aggrieved, you've been most off-put by this soonest, you want to start off with your thoughts?
One the thing we've been talking about before we actually started recording here too, it's pretty much a deal of using high planes in a spiral arm galaxy. You can get so screwed if you're stuck between two empires, which I was, so yeah.
And
that was rather annoying.
Yeah, you had an empire on one side, empire on the other side, and then the dreadnought sitting on a third, so it's...
Just did not have the chance to expand until you gave me access to the other arm, and that kind of helped.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you can still see that I would have had less than half the territory I currently do if I hadn't expanded that way. So yeah.
Like, I mean, the game probably needs. I think the game may benefit if there was a way to control in the spiral galaxy the hyperlane connections between arms.
Yeah, at least the frequency of them, because they should be far more frequent there. To prevent that
let's look at one real quick. So let's follow one arm inward. So this arm starts here. It's got one. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. So 4. So the arm my capital is your capital is in also. Only 4 connections. The entire from between that and the next inner arm. 1. 2. And it looks like between us and the next outermost arm, I only count 3. So yeah, no. Hyperdrive is what I'm seeing in a separate game that I've been doing. This is superb in elliptical galaxies. But here you can get gimped, beaten badly, I don't know. Whatever term suits your vocabulary, and that's one reason why I like wormholes. There we go, words. I mean, for me, this is something that I run into, and why I haven't encouraged Keb to try to finish this one up. The later game. I mean, the early part of the game is just amazing for me. I love it. I think it's probably one of the best expressions of a 4X space game that I've seen to date. Particularly with the anomalies and the exploration and everything like that, and the variety of planets and the systems and the events and the stories that go with a lot of them and so on. That entire part, that entire sub-game, that entire source of amazement and wonder vanishes from the game. It's not that it changes into some other expression or that it comes about some other way, or they take those same tool set and then you have other ways of applying it. It just completely stops. The events disappear, which is the events. Okay, the anomalies in the exploration. You can make an argument that they should disappear. I've talked to Kevin about some other ideas I have. I probably should post those on the forum, but I won't bother with you here. But the inexcusable one is the events go away. And I don't understand a company that's produced EU4 and Hearts of Iron 4 and Crusader Kings 2 and all these other games that are rich with randomized events. I mean, where are the planetary disputes? Where's the governor screw-up? Where's the government corruption? This is I currently control a quarter of a galaxy. I have, what is it, hundreds some planets at this point? And this is going to border into rant mode, so grab some popcorn for it. I have 62 planets ruled by this empire. And there are no dramas. There are no refugee crises. There are no disasters on planets. There are no natural disasters. There are no anything.
I think the point, though, that the design point behind that is that by the time you get to that point, the drama of the game, which is basically what you're looking for, is supposed to be the interaction between the various empires. And that's supposed to spawn things. And there are a handful of events that are based on the Galaxy we have now. I mean, if you have observation outposts on certain settings, you can get events from those. There are a handful of events that triggered later, after colonization. But yeah, at this point, most of the interaction should be between nations, right?
Well,
but
the same argument can be made in their other products, and they still put in the random flavor events.
Yeah, but in those cases, they're tied to the Empire. Here, the Empires are random, so they can't really tie them to tag.
No. If you look at their actual games, they have province level, like CK2. You have family events, city events, holding events, province events, county events, etc. EU4 has random events that occur on the province level and on a regional level. They've got the technology, it's in the code. And it's the same engine. Here, they just chose not to do it.
Yeah, but they have to tie it down to the planet, wouldn't they? Because they couldn't tie it down to the sector, given that the sectors have varied sizes.
Yeah.
Because, yeah,
but
if they had sector events, imagine the problem between having one that scales for a 50-planet sector and one for a 1-planet sector.
But they have different level events, and you can still scale them. And so
fair enough.
And for heaven's sakes, if they had, say, unrest events that affect entire sectors, well, that would be a great motivation for players to not have one sector covering 5,000 planets.
Technically, it's supposed to be that already, but
no, but it's
at least it used to be, because then the sector would try to seek independence all at once.
I can understand that certain mechanics have to change as your empire grows and evolve, but the design decision here to cut them out of the game as opposed to have them fill new supportive lesser roles shines brightly, because you can sit here late in the game, like in a solar player game, and largely walk away for 5 or 10 minutes and come back and really nothing has happened. There might be a war or two here or something like that, but at no point should there be me sitting here playing the game, unpaused, fastest speed, reading the news because I'm waiting for something to happen. I'm waiting 4.5 game years for a simple tech or anything else. There's nothing to engage the player, and that's the fundamental role that's missing here, and it's really beginning to sour Stellaris. It starts off great, wonderful, I love the game, and it gets about 100 years in to why am I wasting my time?
Well, to be fair, they're also trying to address that, though. I mean, they are aware of it.
Oh, I know that, so. and that's why I'm being patient with them and everything else like that. But the thing that's the caveat, the one other flip on this, they've been making these games for 17 to 20 years. They should have...
but we know...
Go ahead.
We know that the cross-pollination of their games is a bit slow. We've seen that so many times before. And every single time they release a new copy of any of their titles, they shed away a lot of the stuff they'd already learned in the same franchise because they don't have time to implement it, or because they want to use it in DLCs later, I assume. And the same thing is true for all the small little quality of life things that they just can't improve or can't bring along immediately.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand that they got budget limitations and staffing limitations and stuff, but writing random events shouldn't be that hard. Modders do it in their spare time. Like, here's my mod pack. Here's 50 new events. So
well, it still requires a scripter, so it still requires manpower.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much, but yeah, as you point out, it's probably one of the lesser intensive ones for them, I suppose. Because there usually isn't too much code involved or graphics. At least there needn't be. They could always reuse graphics and.
Well, yeah, but they can I mean, this is the same engine that powers CK2 and EU4. So the scripting code is a known entity. There are wikis dedicated to the whole thing, for heaven's sakes. There are entire tutorials elsewhere on YouTube showing you how to write events and script events and everything else like that. So it's just, and I understand how games are built. I mean, I've been in and out of it as a fan and a volunteer and whatever for a long time, but it's just, I don't know. It's really, it just feels like whatever was going on creating Stellaris, and I think this game is an excellent example of it for me. Crunchy Munch ended up being a really great example of that too for me. There are so many features they put in but didn't finish. Let's put in exploration. It goes half the game. Okay, doesn't do anything. Vanishes. Let's put in events. Okay, they're a big part of your empire for half the game, then they disappear. Let's put in all these different ways you can win the game, but then not use them as actual victory conditions. Just go conquer the galaxy. It's just like, let's create federations. They work wonderful. Oh wait, sorry, they're absolutely immortal once they're created, so you can't do anything about them. It's just. So, anyways.
But it's gonna get better. I'm sure it will. I'm very much looking forward to what they're gonna do with Federation, because I know that they've been talking a lot about it, but it's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, the new revamped factions are certainly a step in the right direction in terms of internal policies, and that's actually kind of engaging, because there you need to manage your empire in order to placate certain groups of the population, and I'd imagine that something like that transplanted to the Federation level would have been interesting, so that when you're Federation leader you have to placate the various member, or they might actually leave, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's probably more difficult to do simply because of the granularity of it. Only have like 2 or 3 Federation partners.
Yeah, but I don't know. We keep having people working for Paradox, names I will withhold, telling us of how they are genius AI coders, and that their skills are so much beyond normal mortals that we. So yeah, I would just like to see some of that. And I don't want to say that I'm negative on the game overall. This is just one of those really weird things where I start game after game after game and play them and love them, and then about 100 game years in, it starts mellowing out, and about 100, like this one, we're 139 years in, and it's like meh.
Yeah, well, to be honest, for me, the meh was simply because I got trapped in, and then, for that matter, that's what caused the meh for me in this game. That and watching the tribes of Maj just go completely obnoxiously large on the outside. And then now we're up against an awakened empire that we will stand no chance against. Yeah, that too. So anyways, I liked playing. I'm kind of sad that I didn't get to go deeper into the spiritualist thing on this playthrough, though. I would have liked to poke into the shroud and see what's there. Doom, but death. Possibly. There are always future playthroughs. Yeah, I've heard rumors of a certain dark deal you can do there. That has an interesting result. I don't think it's active in multiplayer, though. Okay. Simply because of what it does, but yeah. Well, sell your souls. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. No, that's the close the loop or not event chain goes along those lines. Ah, yeah. No. But anyways, I think I finished my rant at this point. I like the race. I do like fanatic spiritualist pacifist spiritualists. No, I can't get into war. I would never get into a war. I probably should have joined a federation. I might do that in like a single player game, but the unity bonuses, the core system bonuses are absurd. Yeah, you do get quite a lot of unity by going that route, so that's the trade-off, of course. You can't go on any aggressive expansion, and if you're trapped by other empires, you're kind of screwed. Yeah, so you had that going for you. You had at least some room to expand initially. Yeah, no, I got an absurdly good starting position for what I had chosen. Mm-hmm. But anyways, yep. I think we've burned enough bridges at this point. Yeah, basically we're gonna wrap this game up here. And I don't know if we're gonna return to Stellaris at some point. We'll see. Probably. Well, we might wait for the Capec or Cape. I don't want to pronounce it. Capec. At the very least. The 1.8 patch. Maybe. Need something new and engaging, really. We probably still have our single player games, both of us. Oh, we'll probably do a couple. Well, I feel like doing a couple of those. So after Keb beats me once, I'll let him beat me again. All right, folks. Yeah. I'm done. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks, folks. Hopefully you'll have enjoyed the campaign with us. Yep. And if you have any feedback for us, leave it in the comment section. Bye. Bye.